Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto and this is our channel here. It's called Save with Crypto. Now I did start recording this on Monday, it's now Tuesday, so I just want to explain where the thumbnail from the live stream came from yesterday. It was in fact the CME chart for Bitcoin with a friendly bear there. Now as you can see on the thumbnail, at that point before the live stream, the price was up here. And you can see that what happened on Monday was the price did sort of follow that arrow down. So then I discussed what was going to happen next. Now it didn't go quite as low as I wanted it to. Now the reason I wanted it to do that was because if we put that on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that on Friday this candle here closed here at 89,430 and then it opened on Sunday night at 89,825. So there's a very small CME gap there. Now that didn't fill, so I'm still thinking that this needs to fill sometime this week. Now the CME runs at a slight premium, so for example at the moment it's 90,340 compared with say the ByBit inverse perpetual price of 90,200, so there's about $140 difference. So on the ByBit chart, I would be expecting something like 89,290. So let's just put that on the chart. Okay, so give it a title and 89,290. Okay, so it was certainly at that level over the weekend, but that doesn't really count because the CME didn't open until Sunday night. So I am expecting the price to come down here at some point this week. Okay, so if we put on our indicator, which is called Quadzilla, it's interesting to see that on the 1 hour time frame we do have this retracement level down here at 86,880. Now during the course of Monday I was worried about the 55 and 21 EMAs crossing over. That's the yellow and green EMAs there. It kind of did this morning very early, but shortly afterwards they kind of uncrossed themselves and then obviously the price went up today. We'll look at that in a moment, but first of all let's just see where it could have gone yesterday. Okay, so if we zoom out to the 3-day time frame, you can see we do have these rather scary retracement levels here at like 60k, 27 and 19. But realistically, I don't think these are going to get completed anytime soon. The reason being for that is that on the 3-day time frame, we did get this green background here on the momentum oscillator here, meaning at that point in time the asset was very oversold. Now this is the third time this has happened in Bitcoin's history. And you can see back here in 2022, although it did get that 21% rise, it later went down 17%. But we did get a pump first. The other one here in 2019, we did get a 33% pump, but then later a 38% dump. So I'm still seeing this as a kind of bottom here, and in fact a double bottom like that, which is a bullish sign. And also, as we were looking on the 4 hour time frame earlier on in the live stream, you can see here that we are making higher lows and higher highs. So if we do pull back down to this level here, I think we need to get up here to do a higher high to keep the uptrend, which needs to be somewhere higher than about 94,200. Okay, so that last part of the video was recorded yesterday with a few overdubs just to make it make sense. So now it's 8 p.m. GMT on Tuesday the 9th of December, and you can see what happened this afternoon is we had this like lovely pump up here, which was great, and that meant that we got above that 92,400, and indeed we have now made a higher high there, so that's great. So that's higher than that one. So that still means that we could come back to do the CME gap and we could go back up, and that there would still be a higher low as long as that didn't come lower than about 87.6k. Now of course tomorrow is the FOMC rate decision, so it's very, very possible that we get some crazy whipsaw action and we do fill that CME gap. So for that reason, I'm probably going to close most of my long positions in expectation of this possible pullback here. Now, this is making more sense to me because if we'd have not gone up today, and if we'd have sort of like come down here and sort of limped our way down here, and then maybe tomorrow I would have been expecting a pump. But I think now we've gone up today, it just makes a lot of sense for something like that. So if we go back to, say, the 1 hour time frame, put our indicator back on, you can see what happened here when we got the pump today is this bullish retracement line started to appear here around about $90,300. So that is a very likely place it could pull back to, even this one here at 86,923. And if that does happen, I'll be really happy because I'll just long this movement upwards all over again, make it even more money. So bearing in mind, we need to think about this retracement there, that one there, that one there, and possibly these as well. A reasonable scenario would be something like, we go up to there, reject, come down there, go down there, get bullish from there, struggle a little bit there, struggle a little bit there, and continue that way. So what would that look like on a larger time frame? Completely, absolutely normal. In a way, just pretty much the same thing as what happened there. In fact, just for a laugh, what happens if we get the bars pattern for, say, that section there and move that to there? There you go. That's the path to 133,000 by next June. What do you reckon? Now, realistically, these fractal things never really play out, but they are quite good fun to look at sometimes. I think something like that, though, is perfectly feasible. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do give the video a great big fat like. Do come along to the live stream tomorrow at 12. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Do make sure you are subscribed and you got the notifications set on all. And above all, tell your friends.